Welcome to the ultimate solo leveling arc tier list, where we rank each major arc based on hype, visuals, storytelling, fights, and character development. From Jinwoo's humble beginnings to his rise as the strongest hunter, we'll break down every arc from Season 1 and 2 and see which ones truly stand out. So, let's dive in. We are starting from E tier and making our way to S tier as we get along. Quick disclaimer, this tier list is based on our opinion and nothing else. If you disagree, make sure to let us know in the comments. E tier, weakest arcs. Reawakening arc. A necessary arc for setting up the story, but on its own, it's not exciting. Jinwoo is still weak, and while the idea of reawakening is cool, there's no action, no big fights, and no major hype moments. It's essential for the plot, but far from the best. D rank, double dungeon arc. This arc sets everything in motion, but on its own, it's just okay. The statues are terrifying, and the tension is real, but the fight is short and lacks the insane visuals of later battles. It's memorable for its lore, but compared to the peak arcs, it's simply outclassed. D tier, mediocre, but still enjoyable. C rank solo dungeons, party arc. This arc is where Jinwoo starts grinding dungeons solo, proving he's outgrown normal hunters. There's some fun in watching useless raid party members panic, but overall, this arc is more of a transition than a highlight. The enemies don't stand a chance, and there's no real tension. Dungeon and prisoner arc, three-headed dog. This arc introduces the concept of criminals in dungeons, adding a bit of suspense. The three-headed dog fight is decent, but the overall stakes aren't very high. While it gives some insight into how dangerous hunters can be, it doesn't leave a lasting impact. C tier, good but not memorable. Dungeon and Betrayal arc. C rank gate, Jinwoo's first real raid as a hunter, but it's pretty forgettable. The half-dead end enemies aren't exciting, and the boss is cool and all, but nothing really cool. While Jinwoo getting his first human dungeon kills is important, it doesn't carry the weight of his later battles. It's an early step in his journey, but considering later arcs, it's not super exciting. However, at the time, it was pretty wild to murder higher level hunters 1 versus 6 in a flash. Retesting rank arc. Jinwoo's rank evaluation is less of a fight and more of a flex. The moment he effortlessly breaks every record in the testing facility is fun to watch, and seeing the absolute shock on the evaluators' faces is priceless. However, since it lacks a real challenge or high-stakes battle, it doesn't hold the same weight as other arcs. B tier, great but not the best. Demon Castle arc. The Demon Castle arc is an important part of Jinwoo's growth. He fights through waves of demons, taking down Cerberus and later battling demon nobles. It's a solid training arc, but since the enemies aren't as impactful, it doesn't reach the highest tier. However, the Orb of Avarice he gets here becomes a crucial tool for his journey. Return to the Demon Castle arc. Back in the Demon Castle, Jinwoo grinds through powerful high-rank demons in search of the Eternal Flames. This arc emphasizes his dedication to getting stronger, and the final fight against Baran, the Demon Monarch, is fantastic. However, compared to his earlier fights, it doesn't hit as hard. While the visuals and fights are solid, it doesn't carry the same impact as Jeju or Red Gate. A tier, absolutely amazing. Hunter's Guild Gate arc. By this point, Jinwoo is already leagues ahead of other hunters, and this arc is all about dominance. In his first official guild raid, he takes on high-level monsters and an insanely powerful troll boss, all while shocking the seasoned hunters around him. The fights are visually stunning, and the moment when Jinwoo casually solos the entire dungeon is pure gold. This arc further establishes that he's on another level from the rest of the world. Red Gate arc. Trapped in a deadly frozen wasteland, Jinwoo faces off against terrifying ice elves while protecting weaker hunters. This arc highlights his overwhelming strength for the first time in front of others, making for some truly hype moments. The setting is eerie, the action is fast-paced, and the contrast between Jinwoo and the other hunters is massive. Watching everyone react to his power adds to the excitement, making this one of the series' most memorable arcs. S tier, peak solo leveling. Job Change Arc. This is where Jinwoo's true transformation begins. The job change quest pushes him to his limits, and we witness the introduction of the Necromancer class, a game changer in solo leveling. His fight against Igris is one of the most well-choreographed duels in the series, packed with insane tension and visuals that set the standard for future fights. This arc is a defining moment in Jinwoo's journey, turning him from a strong hunter into something entirely different, a king in the making. Jeju Island Arc. Without a doubt, the Jeju Island Arc is the most intense, large-scale battle in the entire series. The stakes have never been higher, as national-level hunters join forces to reclaim Jeju from the monstrous ants. This arc gives us some of the most legendary fights, including the brutal showdown with the Ant King and the moment Jinwoo resurrects Beru, cementing himself as an unstoppable force. The visuals are stunning. The battles are breathtaking, and the emotional weight of hunter sacrifices makes this arc unforgettable. Final rankings. S tier, Jeju Island and Job Change. A tier, Red Gate and Hunters Guild. B tier, Return to the Demon Castle. C tier, Retesting Rank and C rank, Solo Dungeons. D tier, Prisoner Dungeon and Betrayal. E tier, Reawakening and D rank, Double Dungeon. And that's the solo leveling arc tier list. Do you agree with the rankings? Which arc was your favorite? And would you move anything around? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more solo leveling content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.